Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on Parapod TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal, and I come to you live from my home in Southern California every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Here's what happens on the show. I'm a real psychic medium, and I talk to real people just like you. And they ask real questions, and I work to get them real messages from Spirit. We have a real conversation, and hopefully get them the real answers they seek and some real healing. It's a lot of fun for me, hopefully a lot of fun for them. And I'm so honored and thankful for everybody who appears on the show every week, because they're not people who are used to being on camera all the time. And I'm so grateful. You can find me. The best way if you want to be a guest on the show is send me a text message, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. I would totally love that. And also, you can follow me on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm just @ Sheena Metal. And come over to my website and get to know me better. I would love that. SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. I was going to give you my phone number again because I've had the flu. SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. Come on in and know me better, folks. I would love that. Okay, so here's what we're talking about. We have a little bit to talk about. I talk about a little bit every week. And it's the month of Valentine's, right? We're at Valentine's time. And that always makes us think about love. And I think that we think sometimes, no matter what kind of love it is, romantic love, friend love, family love, love for ourselves, the greatest love of all. Sometimes we wonder when we're loving too much. When are we loving too much? When are we giving too much? When do we need to just say when? And here's the thing. There comes a time sometimes with certain people where you need to set a boundary, where you need to hold your love back a little bit, where you need to stop buying into negative patterning. Stop. It's like, ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. I'm an Aries and we rule the head. And I always say that's how Aries is. Ow, this hurts. Ow, this hurts. At some point you have to stop that pattern because it's not getting you anywhere, right? What's the definition of crazy, they say, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Or that's the definition of eternal cockeyed optimist, which I certainly am. You have to get off the hamster wheel and set boundaries with folks. But that doesn't mean you stop loving. It doesn't mean you close yourself off from love. Don't let other people force you to close yourself in and ruin what are sometimes the best parts of you. If you love love, that's great. Don't let a bad situation ruin you. Do you know what I mean? We are meant to love and be loved. And we are here to have an endless capacity to love others. Don't change who you are because someone has done you dirty. Keep the love alive inside of you. Keep the optimism and the hope and the faith, all of those things alive inside of you. Believe that if this love doesn't work, the next one will. Believe that if this friendship crashes and burns, a better friendship will come. Continue to love yourself through negative things that have happened that are out of your control and not your doing. When I was a kid, there was a poster and it had a turkey on it, and it said, "Don't let the turkeys get you down." Now, in the 70s, when I was a kid, turkey was like an expression that we used for like jerks, like, you're a turkey. Don't let the turkeys get you down. And there was a famous poster in the 80s. I think it was one of the Boytons. I used to love the Boytons. And it's this giant elephant and turkeys are sitting all over him. And he's laying down all bedraggled. And it says, "Don't let the turkeys get you down." I think it's a beautiful analogy for one of the most important things in life, which is don't allow others' bad behavior. Don't allow that to make you change who you are. Because who you are is beautiful. And the most beautiful parts of you are not supposed to go away because of someone else's bad behavior. So walk away, set boundaries, put distance, sometimes cut off communication. Absolutely. That's up to you. You decide where you have to place that boundary. But don't let it make you guarded and jaded for when the next love comes. Because the negative things that happened with that person, the things that were done to you by that person, it's on that person. Your job is to assess your responsibility in any situation, learn how to lay the boundary down, move away slowly, back away slowly, and then heal. Heal and heal and heal and heal. But don't change what's beautiful about you. In this month of love, that is the love I'm sending to you. Don't allow anybody's behavior to change what's beautiful about you. All right? Does that make sense? How you feeling about that? Just digest that a little bit. Okay? All right. All right. With that, let's do a message from Spirit. I would love that. Let's talk to a wonderful person, get a question answered. That makes me very happy. And remember, if you want to be a guest on the show, 818-437-0886. Send me a text message. I would love that. All right, let's do a message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell me who you are and where you're coming in from.
My name is Haley, and I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Beautiful. I love Las Vegas. I always want to go. I dream that I'm there. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
The desert. I love the desert. I'm so envious that you live in that beautiful desert. You're probably envious that I live on the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
And I'm envious that you live in the middle of Mojave, which I just think is just incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, I love
spiritual. What's your question for me today, sweetheart?
I had a question. My friend Randy has been gone for about 3 years now. I got a job that I pretty much got in memory of him, and I ended up with the job. About 2 weeks ago, I had to leave the job.
Oh no.
And I'm curious if he understands the circumstances, if he's aware of what's going on, and if he's disappointed in me or just understands what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely, honey. He understands, and he doesn't fault you for that. He loves that you did it in honor of him, but it isn't anything that he expected you to do for a lifetime. Yeah. He feels almost like it was something that you took to help you get through the grief.
Yeah.
And that was sort of the purpose of it. And now it's time for you to move to something that's more your heart and less his.
Yeah.
Because it's good for us to honor them, but we can't get stuck in that place where we're not moving forward, right?
Yeah.
We need to be in a place of forward movement all the time.
Yeah.
And you're getting there, right? But you've got some stuff going on, sweetie. And I know it's been a hard time. I can feel it. And I mean, stuff since his death, not just his death, but stuff since his death. He
Yeah.
sure wishes he was here with you.
Yeah.
There was some sadness surrounding his death, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not just that he died, but I mean, there was stuff going on with him.
Yeah. Yeah. He died from cancer.
Yeah, he was suffering for a while.
Yeah.
And he was young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He wishes he could be there to live with you. But no, he's so happy he's out of that body, because that body was hurting for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
He definitely want to be done with that body.
Yeah. Yeah. He was done.
I'm sorry?
He was done. He was over it.
Yeah, he was ready to go. And he's still happy that he's where he is, but he misses you.
That's
You
good.
guys had a really special thing.
Yeah.
A really special understanding. He was very much your soul family, and he wants to know that he will see you again.
Oh, good. That's good.
And that you need to look to him and lean on him, he's saying, in this time where you're feeling sad about some stuff.
Yep.
You're feeling, I feel like you're feeling sort of like almost alienated. Is that a bad word to use? Like you're pulling back a little bit because it's like a kind of loneliness, but it's more than just lonely. It's almost like you feel very separate from everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what's causing that?
Yeah, it's a very different lifestyle. I was a 911 dispatcher. That was the job that got me into. And, that lifestyle is very family driven. And now that I've left, I feel like I'm separated from that family that I had at that job. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what you did for him?
Yes.
Yeah. And is it something you would go back to at some point?
Yeah. Yeah. I loved the job. The management was terrible, and it was kind of I had to walk away, but it was probably one of the hardest jobs to walk away from. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. You're going to go back. You're going to find a better place where you can do the same thing, but with different people.
Yeah.
You just have to believe that. All right, sweetie. And I'm here whenever you need me. And I appreciate you going first. It's always hard to go first. And you're lovely. And thank you so much for the question.
Thank you so much.
Take care, sweetheart.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sometimes we do things to honor people. And then we have to remember, I did so many things to honor my mom after she died. I started a nonprofit in her name. Even the way that because I moved into her house, and even the way that I'm keeping this house with a lot of things that I know she would love. I'm looking around this room that was her office and is now mine. And I have so much pride that I now have her office as mine. And I'm looking at things around that I think she would love. And my mom, I didn't realize until after she had passed that she was studying witchcraft, studying a little practicing. And when I went through what her mom cave, this room, I found all this stuff. And my mom was a professional, not professional, but she was an embroiderer. She made beautiful things. She did embroidery. She did needlework. She did crochet. She knitted. She did a lot of artistic things, ceramics, and she painted. But in her office, I found this thing, and it was about, I can't even show you with my hands. It was about 2.5, 3 feet long. And it was tucked in with her embroidery stuff, and I thought it was canvas stretchers, because you have the wood, and then you use it to stretch the canvases to put your embroidery on. I thought it was a velvet bag. Well, I didn't know it was a velvet bag. It was a plastic bag, and I thought it was canvas stretchers. So I went to open it, and inside of that plastic bag was a velvet bag, and I'm like, what is this? And I opened it up, and it's this. I've got to bring it down from my other house. It's this like 3-foot long crystal wand with a giant hunk of quartz on one end and a giant hunk of amethyst on the other end. And I'm like, oh, this was like her wizard stick. Anyway, I came into my own with my white witchcraft really because I wanted to carry on my mom's legacy. And now I have a curio cabinet that's over here, and it's kind of dedicated to things that are of craft and of my Irish pagan roots. And I know she would look at it and just be fascinated by everything in there. And some of it I've gotten for myself, some of it other people get me. And I just know that she would be like, what is this? And look at this, and just be so fascinated. So sometimes when I'm thinking about her and missing her, I get a little something to go in there that I know she would love. And it makes me happy because I know she would love it so much. So that's honoring those we love is terrific, but we have to make sure at some point that we're not doing things just for others, that we are doing things for ourselves as well. So we got to do what makes us happy. So think about that. And with that, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Who are you and where are you coming in from, darling?
Good. My name is Justin, and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Beautiful. And what's your question for me, sweetie?
So yeah, first of all, I just want to say thank you. I love your channel, and like your last messages were amazing and beautiful. So yeah, really appreciate that. And I was just wondering, so how do you deal, when you're feeling scared, or if you have people around that are going to pass? How do you deal with that, like on a daily basis? Or
you mean if you have living people in your life that are going to transition?
Yeah.
You have to focus on where they're going, and you have to think of it not as a loss, but as a graduation. It would be like if you had a friend or a kid or something in high school, and the whole while you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to graduate and it's going to be terrifying. And then what? You kind of have to trust the process, because for us, it's a loss, and for us, it's an ending. But for them, it's a beginning. And for them, it's a pat on the back and good job. You made it through however many hard years of life, and welcome home. So you have to think of it as they're embarking on a homecoming, and be happy for them, even though it hurts you. And in being happy for them, it will hurt you less. Does that make sense? Because in being happy for them, you will realize that it's not anything to be scared of, and it's not anything to be sad about. Is there an adjustment when they pass? Yes. Look, when my mom died, I thought I was going to stop living because we were that close. So I understand how hard it is when you lose somebody. But just in knowing what a great thing it is for them, I think really helps with the process. Knowing that they're going someplace with less pain, less anxiety, more happiness. What we really would wish for somebody that we love, right?
Yeah.
It makes all the difference. And I think if you think about that and you think of it like that, it sort of changes your perspective on everything for the better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What is it that's specifically worrying you?
I have a couple of people close to me, with like terminal cancer and things like that. So
Sure. Yeah, I know it's totally scary, but just keep encouraging them and loving them and making every day they have here wonderful. And know that soon they're going to be free and they're going to be someplace great. And it's going to be wonderful for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that help? Does that help with your fear a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sometimes I think when we start to get scared or we start to get consumed with negative thoughts, and we're human beings, we all get consumed with negative thoughts, me, you, everybody. It's so important to focus on a positive outcome to the negative thoughts, to find something positive to think about.
Right.
And then it just makes it better, right? Are you going to miss these people? Yeah. Are they going to miss being alive? Sure. Are they going to be happy to be out of diseased bodies? Absolutely. Where their whole life is just one medical thing to the next, because that's no way for anybody to live.
Right.
And are they going home to a wonderful place and loving energy where they will be loved? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think you just got to focus on that, you know, and I hope that helps. And if you get sad or you're grieving hard and you need someone to talk to, send me a text message and I'll be here.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Take care, sweetheart. I'm sending you and
too.
your friends love. You bet. It's hard. It's hard to know what to do about it, what to do about what to say when somebody is passing, how to handle it. Do you cheer them up? Do you act like it's happening? Do you act like it's not happening? There's so many choices, right? But it's best just to find a way to uplift them. That's the most important thing. How can you uplift them? And how can that, in uplifting them, how can you uplift yourself? Super important. Yeah. We're beautiful people today. Such beautiful energy that both of those people had. So nice. So let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello, Sheena. My name is John. I'm from Seattle.
Hi, John. How are you?
Thank you for taking me in today. I'm
betcha.
Hanging in.
How's it in Seattle today? Is it raining?
It's actually not today. It's fairly nice. It's sunny. It's cool because there's no clouds, but it's really nice.
That's wonderful. What's your question for me, sweetheart?
So I've been having a real rough time, especially over the last couple of years, and I guess I'm asking as far as I'm looking in the market for a new job. I was out of work for a couple of years because I was sick, and then when I went back to work, I got laid off right away, and it's just been a rough uphill battle, and I feel like everything keeps trying to pull me down, and I guess I'm looking for some prayers and encouragement with this. It's been a long road all around with stuff like this my entire life, and I feel like I'm being pulled and called to do things. I work in technology, but I'm also a musician, and I just am. I don't know. I'm having a rough time. And everything keeps telling me to reach out to you.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. It feels like everything is just sort of knocked the wind out of your sails.
Yes.
And you're just kind of trying to figure out who you are now post medical crisis and what's next for you. And you're different. You're different for that experience. And now you're trying to figure out how to fit in your life, even though that experience has made you grow so many soul years, right? You're so much older and wiser now in your soul. And you're trying to figure out now what your three-dimensional life looks like for you. So know that all the adjustment problems and the worry and the feeling like you don't fit in, it's all normal, because while everybody else was just floating through life, you were going through this thing you had to overcome that was making you so much stronger. So that's a very normal thing that happens when someone is going through something like that. I always say, like, I had a lot of surgeries when I was a kid, and I always say, like, every surgery I had, in that 2-month recovery time, I grew like 5 years, because you have a lot of time to soul search when you have an illness. And I feel like the things that it used to be okay for you, where you were just kind of walking through your life, those things just aren't working for you anymore. So now you have to find something that really satisfies your soul. I also feel like the music plays so heavily into it that you're not you need to be creating again. How much creating have you done since you got back on your feet?
I'm trying, but some of the health issues affect my hands, and so I'm up and down. But it's getting better, and starting to get stronger with the creation, because it's such an overpowering emotion inside of me to have to create. And I believe it's not just as an outlet, an emotional outlet for me. I believe it's supposed to help others. And
100%.
Yeah. And then my job search on top of it has been difficult, and it's, yeah, man, it's just, everything's been rough and scary, but trying to push through. Been like that my whole life.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Everything Spirit is saying is more music, more music, more music. That the music is really going to help to heal you and to make you feel better. That doesn't mean you're not going to get a regular job, because you will have to have a regular job, unfortunately. Yeah. But there needs to be so much music. I mean, volunteer to play with whoever needs somebody. Put your own stuff together. Promise yourself that you're going to block out a little time every week to work on writing. Like everything, you need to be in that creative place to allow that the creativity that taps into your soul, to let your soul heal everything in you. Let your soul heal your emotions. We have a physiological immune system, an emotional immune system, and a spiritual immune system, and they all play together. Where the three circles intersect is you. And you can allow one to heal the other, and music grows your spiritual immune system. And then that helps to heal your emotional and keeps you healthy physiologically, So it's so important that you do that you build yourself up. And when you tap into that, when you tap into your spiritual side, where you get very connected to your spirituality, that's when you will then find the job that works for you too. Let your spirit be your guide. Let your soul guide you into what works for you. And you're going to find something, but it looks like you may have a couple that don't stick. They may just be like for now, until you find the right one, Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I think that's really what you need. Okay, sweetheart?
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything
I'm
you
here
do.
if you need me. You find me. You've got my number. If you need me, you send me a text message.
Sure will.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey. It's interesting how everybody that we've had today is in some kind of a huge transition. That must be the theme. We never really have a theme. I tell people, just come in, ask me whatever you want. I don't even want to know. But for some reason, a theme always emerges. And oftentimes the theme goes with my little talk. But this time it's not. This time my little talk was all about self-love. And this theme is all about transition. And I guess an underlying sub-theme is self-love. But this is about folks in transition. And whether that's losing someone you love, or coming back from losing someone you love, or coming back from illness, it's all been about transition. It's interesting. It's always such an interesting show. All right. If you want to be a guest on the show, send me a text message. 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. It's awesome. So much fun. And what a joy to have folks on the show today. And this is so much fun. And I'm so enjoying this. All right, let's do another message from Spirit.
Hi,
Hi.
Sheena. Hello. Love you. Love your show so much.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad to have you here. What's your question for me, darling? Oh, where are you from? And what's your question? And what's your name? I forgot to ask all the good stuff.
My name is Brooke, and I'm from Holland, Ohio.
Beautiful.
And I think that this goes really well with the transitioning thing, actually. So yeah, it's quite a theme. So my question to you is, so me and my fiance are getting married in May, and he just started a new job at a gaming company this January, so very recently. And it's a new company too. They just started. So my question to you is how should I put it? Well, how is the future looking for us and his career? Because he's working a lot. I mean, probably like 10-hour days and, you know, probably more than that. I would say probably 70-hour weeks he probably puts into this job.
Okay, that's good, right? And you want to know what? Like if it's going to be, and I can hear him in the background, by the way, which is so cute. Hi, I hear you.
He's a little camera shy.
That's okay. I get it. You want to know what's going to happen with this particular gig, this new gig?
Absolutely.
And is he now? I see him working for himself. Is this sort of like a freelance thing?
So he does freelance work as well. So he makes his own games, and then also on the side he also works for a company. Okay. So he does both.
Okay, what's going on at the company gig that's making him feel sort of stagnated?
Okay, so it seems to be that the kid is 19. His boss is 19.
Okay, well, there's the first problem.
Yeah. He's a multi-millionaire for cryptocurrency.
It's the second problem.
It's crazy. But the pay is really weird. He makes a salary of $1,000 a month. That's his starting base salary, and it shall increase as, you know, this company grows and, you know, because it's just starting out. It was just made in October of 2023, so it's very fresh company. But recently his boss missed a paycheck, and he's been having to remind his boss to send him payment.
Okay.
So he's a little on the fence about like if he should stick with this company or.
And he has high demands for things that cannot be done.
That as well. High demands for things that cannot be done.
Right. That's where I think I'm feeling the stagnation is that something is just feeling blocked. And I think what's feeling blocked is this. This kid's a multimillionaire and he can only pay you $1,000 a month. I mean, it's like worse than being on Social Security disability. I mean, I just think that this kid has an ego and thinks he's God's gift to the technology world and the earth in general, and basically wants something for nothing, and has tapped into your boyfriend because he's extremely talented and he wants extremely talented people to work for pennies. And I don't believe that he has the capital he says he has. He may have a lot of stuff tied up in cryptocurrency, but I'm not believing he has that much money.
Okay, I can see that.
He might have blew it all.
He might have blew it all.
Yeah, or made just some dumb investments and tried to go too far. Crypto's very unstable.
Absolutely, I agree.
But so should what's the future though? Like should I continue working for this guy? Is it going to be beneficial?
I mean, I don't see that. This is kind of how I feel. I don't think that you need to quit the job. But I think you should think of it as another freelance gig and keep doing other things at the same time. Because honestly, $1,000 a month, that's kind of a freelance gig. That's not really a salaried gig. And also, I think that you know that you're going to have to hound him to get your money. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
You know?
Thank you so much, Sheena.
Oh, you're welcome. Do you have another question? Does he have another question about work?
No, I think that was it.
Do you have anything that you want?
Oh, me that I would like to ask?
Yeah, what about you?
Oh my gosh, this is a little long. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So here recently, I messaged you a couple times about this, but his brother actually passed away in November, and I had to witness it happen.
So
I've never seen a death before, so this is it was incredibly it hurt. It hurt a lot.
Okay.
And over the past couple of months, I have developed this fear that I am ill. Health anxiety, very bad health anxiety, thinking that
real, right?
the worst is going to happen to me, that I am going to die young, that it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I just want to know if it's going to get better, if this is something that I should be worried about, or
no, you don't need to worry about it. And if you want to know, go and get the tests you need to get, and they'll tell you everything's okay.
And I did. Back in December, I got blood work and everything done, and they said that I'm cool as a cucumber, and I'm still just like,
no. See, this is the thing, and I have health anxiety too, so I know what it's like. I've been there, done that, and I have the nervous chattering teeth. You have to allow the science to speak for itself. Sometimes we have to allow the science to speak for itself. If nothing is wrong, you have to understand nothing is wrong. Because this
Absolutely.
is a pattern of anxiety that we can get into where we allow ourselves to start to get like, then we think people don't like us, or somebody's mad at us, or I'm having a trouble with my boyfriend, or oh my God, everything's going to go to shit at any moment. There comes a time where you have to like kind of put a cork in that, or it will drift into every other part of your life.
I agree.
So my mom had this expression, it's not happening now. And I think you have to just sort of adopt that. Everything is okay. You went in, if something was really wrong with you, the blood work would have shown it.
Absolutely. I agree.
If there was anything weird in your body that was happening, the blood work would have shown it.
I agree.
You have to just allow yourself to live in that and be okay with that and say, I'm okay. Now, as I say that, I'll tell you something honestly on this show. As I say that, I am going to see the doctor on Tuesday. I do see my doctor every year for my yearly woman's checkup, but I have not had blood work since COVID. And because I have so many friends that have had COVID and developed horrible problems from it, I am terrified that all my organs are shutting down because of COVID. And there's no reason for it. I don't have any pain. I don't have any problems. There's no reason to think that's going to happen.
But, so I'm just glad that I have somebody that, understands, what I'm going through.
Yeah. The fear is real, but it's just the fear. I teach a fear releasing workshop, and it's called There's Nothing to Fear But Fear Itself. And I know that's an old quote that we throw up a lot, but it's very true. There really is nothing to fear but fear itself. Sometimes fear is the thing. And anxiety is an insidious little monster, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrible.
Because my young life, when a bunch of things did go wrong with me and I had a surgery about every year, I was cool as a cucumber through all of that. But somewhere down the line, I think because COVID was so weird, and the first time I had COVID, I had long COVID. I just couldn't shake it. There is just this fear now that it's all going wrong inside of me. And I am extremely nervous about getting a blood test. As a matter of fact, I saw the doctor, twice in the last, I see about every year or so. And both times he's been written me something for blood and I've just ignored it. And now they've noticed I've ignored it. And they're like, okay, you got to get this blood done. And I'm like, and I feel fine. But anxiety is its own problem.
It is.
I know that's not the only place you have anxiety. I know you have anxiety everywhere.
Yeah, I do.
Worries about money, worries about people in your life, just worries in general.
Oh yeah, I mean, I keep pretty busy, so there's a lot of things that happen,
There's a lot of things that could go wrong.
Absolutely.
But sweetie, none of those things are going wrong today. Okay?
Okay.
And I think your boyfriend tells you this all the time.
He does. He 100% does.
You're fine. You're good. Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
Thank you, Sheena.
You're going to be okay. Even this thing with this little, pissant, my mother would say, that your boyfriend works for. It's gonna be fine. Collect the money, enjoy every paycheck that comes in, and don't sweat it. Because ultimately what Spirit's saying, honey, is it's going to be your freelance work that's going to get you where you want to go. So consider it a freelance gig. Take your $1,000 every month and enjoy it. But don't hang yourself up on this guy.
Tell her about the game I developed for my brother that she requested, or that she told me.
Oh, the game that you said that we talked a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago. My fiance made a game for his brother that passed.
Yeah.
And talked to her.
And we think that he talked to you.
He did. Yeah.
That his brother talked to you, because it was really crazy, because he was already making the game, and then you said to make something in tribute of him, and he was already doing that, which is it was so crazy. So I mean, we really love you, and we really look up to you and everything that you do. So I mean, you are the real deal.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you guys too, and everything's going to be okay with both of you. Take care.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Here, I'll give you a little test that for anybody who's watching, that my best friend taught me once. The last time I was having a medical anxiety over nothing. She calls it, because she has it too, she calls it the self-check. So when you start to feel like something's wrong with you, you think, okay, am I breathing? Can I take a couple deep breaths? Am I okay? Can I breathe? Yes. Am I eating? Can I hold food down? Yes. Am I going to the bathroom in all directions? Yes. Is anything hurting right now? No. Can I see? Yes. Can I hear? Yes. Can I speak? Yes. Can I swallow? Yes. And can I feel my fingers? Can I feel my feet? And just do a check on your body. And I'm telling you, you get halfway through that check and the anxiety goes away, because you're so excited when you realize everything that's working. Because the truth is, if something was really wrong with you, one of those things would not be working.
I agree.
So if everything's working, I mean, I even do that with the cat, because I worry about the cat. And I'm like, okay, he went to the bathroom, he drank the water, he ate the food, he's got a healthy weight. Okay, he must be fine. He just jumped on top of a bookcase from the ground. He's okay. Because I worry about him too all the time. I think when you worry, you worry.
Yep, absolutely.
So start self-checking, and your boyfriend's going to make you do it because he's listening. When you start to freak out, do the self-check. If all that stuff is working, you're okay.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to do it on myself right when I get done here.
Yep, me too.
Take care, sweetheart. You're in good shape, sweetie. Everything's good.
Thank you so much. You are awesome.
Oh, take care.
You too.
What great people today. What a great day with great people. That makes me so happy. If you missed any of that, and you'd like to be a guest on the show, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. That's 437-0886. And let's go to my website and get to know me better, sheenametalspiritual.com. And I would love it if you would follow me on social media. And it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm just at Sheena Metal. There's a lot of fake pages out there. So it just is my name, all lowercase, no spaces, no extra letters. Go and follow me on social media and get to know me better and say hi. I would love that. If you are out of the US, hit me up on WhatsApp, 1-818-437-0886. We do this show through links, StreamYard links. So you can absolutely be a guest on this show if you're out of the country. And I'm so excited to have you all here on the show. Thank you to Parapod TV for having us as part of your family, and my wonderful friend Tony Sweet, who owns and operates this network. And of course, my engineer and producer, Emery, the wind beneath my wings. I couldn't do it without you, my friend. Till I see you next time, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration, and know that you are loved and you are loved and you're loved by me. I'm at 818-437-0886. If you're on WhatsApp, 1 is my country code, 818-437-0886. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time. And I'll be giving out more messages from Spirit next Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Stay beautiful. I love you all.